and welcome to this very special episode of the Aircel NDTV Save Our Tigers campaign. We are coming to you from what is one of the most beautiful parts of India. We're just outside the Nagarahole Tiger Reserve on the banks of the Kabani River. It's just spectacular here. And one of the reasons why this show is going to be so special, we have a very glamorous urban animal with us, Nargis Fakhri. Now, Nargis...
Sorry, I didn't expect that description. I was like, who's she talking about? Is she talking about this guy?
You're the glamorous urban animal, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Are you very familiar with the forests, with wildlife? I mean, wildlife I'm talking about, forests.
I love watching Discovery Channel. And reading like travel magazines and stuff. But no, this will be my first time being up close and personal in a jungle.
Wow,
So, yeah.
You've never visited an Indian forest before?
No, so I'm super excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you've never seen a tiger before?
I've seen a tiger before, but not in the wild, so I'm a little worried. But it's okay, I'm praying that everything's gonna be fine. But I'm super excited to see a tiger up close and personal.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that you actually get to see one.
Please. Okay.
The tiger gods have heard you.
Yes, they're gonna...
Now, if there's one person who can help guide you to that tiger, it's Anish Anderia. He's president of the Wildlife Conservation Trust, our campaign partners as well. He's been coming here on and off for 20 years.
Wow.
He knows everything about the forest, Nargis.
Everything.
Everything.
Every single thing.
Well, almost not as much as the tiger knows, but...
Okay. Very good.
Now, we have this tiger agenda, which we are actually pushing every year. This is a 6-point agenda. We have, one of the points is really the need to strengthen and modernize the forest department, because these are the people who are really out there in the field, who need to have the latest equipment, who need to... We're sitting here, okay, in the comfort of this place, but they're out there at night. Even as we speak right now, there'll be people out there making sure there are no poachers around and all that, right there in the middle of the forest. The need to improve man-animal conflict mitigation measures, which sounds very fancy, but essentially elephants wander out. Tigers kill livestock.
We were talking about that actually on the drive, worried if they'd cross the road at any moment, and what would you do, or what do people do about that?
And when people and livestock get killed, the people living in the area will not be in any great mood to say, save the tiger, when, so that's a huge issue really, conflict.
When you call this, as a landscape, it is 5,500 square kilometers of forest, but it's fragmented in many places. There are a lot of revenue land in between, and people have started cultivating crops which attract wildlife. For instance, there is a lot of sugarcane suddenly in this area, and elephants love sugarcane. So you're actually creating magnets for wildlife outside of the forest, and that's why there are these animals that move out. Wild pig, sambar deer, gaur, elephants, they all raid crop fields, and because of that there is conflict. So yes, as time progresses, maybe 20 years down the line, this forest and the places around the forest will get even more fragmented.
So one of the points on our agenda is protection of buffer zones and corridors, forest corridors between the park. That way, these 4 continuous forest belts you're talking about?
Yes, and Karnataka government has done a fantastic job in the last 5 years. Lot of reserve forests have come into, have been upgraded to protected areas. They have also strengthened the protection in the corridors. So if an elephant wants, it can actually walk from Banerghata to this park.
Another point on the agenda is the zero tolerance approach to poaching. Like we've said that legally hunting is not permitted, but the reality is it does go on, whether it's traps set for small animals like hares or wild boar, or poaching for tiger skin, for rhino horn, it does go on across India. So one of the points on our agenda is really the zero tolerance approach. There's no question about it, it should not happen. Another tricky issue is making political parties accountable for the loss of biodiversity, making them responsible. We're approaching several chief ministers of key tiger states to get them to commit.
If they don't participate, us humans won't be around, so they won't have a party to be a part of. No one will vote for them because we'll all be dead.
No votes.
Right. So they should do something, right? Yeah.
Enlightened self-interest there, really, if they can get something done.
It's funny how people don't realize the chain reaction. They're not really thinking about that. It's
right, Nargis, and yeah, in fact, it's one of the most important points there, because if the politicians decide, a lot can be done. For instance, the conservationists are continuously fighting battles with the government, forcing the government to declare certain areas as protected. But it gets shot down. If the politicians start understanding the real issues, it will benefit them in the long run.
Right.
Happier people means more votes. I hope they understand.
We hope
Or
they
just
do
having
understand.
people on Earth.
Another point is also the importance of local people, people living in the area. I mean, we've come a long way to come here. You've come a long way, right? A long plane ride, a long
Yes,
car
but
ride.
it's worth it.
It's beautiful
It's definitely
here.
worth it.
But people living here should also get the benefits of what's going on. It should not be like, you move out, this is with keeping this area for animals. There should be a local involvement in this. Where we are right now, the Sarai, is perhaps one place also which is using that. And I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Anand Menon. He's General Manager of Marketing here at the Sarai.
Hello.
Hi,
Thank
Anand.
you for
Hello.
joining us.
Hi. How
Welcome
are
to
you?
the Sarai, Kamini.
Thank you.
Now, we've talked about local communities because we can't just come from the outside and say this has to be done, that has to be done.
Correct.
Is there any way that this place is helping the local community, do you think?
Yeah, what we do as an organization from the Sarai, what we do is we identify talent who could be a part of this environment, and sort of cultivate certain skill sets that they've got, and also show them what it means to showcase to the world how to protect and preserve wildlife. And close to about 80% of our staff that you find out here are part of the local community.
Anish, I'm sure you've also interacted with a lot of local people who've taught you a lot.
No, I think after the tigers and the elephants, they are the most important stakeholders. And the world is the way it is right now. Not really a very nice place. It's because of us city goers. These people have simple lifestyles, much simpler than your and mine. And we have destroyed a lot of forests. Bangalore, Bombay, there were forests 200 years, 150 years ago. Today, it's all concrete jungle. Whereas these people have been staying in this forest and the forest still survive. So they pretty much know what to take from the forest and what not to. But things have changed. Livelihoods are a problem. Populations have grown. So just to keep themselves alive and to ensure that their kids have food, they come in loggerheads with conservation. Now this is not because they hate tigers or elephants, but it's just they are so poor, they are so marginalized that the only place that is remaining for them is some free fuel wood from the jungle or some animal that they hunt.
Something to feel so proud of.
Exactly.
That this is where
Exactly.
you come from, this is where you live. When
Correct.
you have foreigners or other people like us from cities coming and saying, wow, this is beautiful, this is amazing, or we love it here. When you're from here, you should feel so much pride that you're
Correct.
keeping this place beautiful. So that, I mean, I wish I lived here. I think I might have to move, change careers.
So Nargis, this is our tiger agenda, and now that we hope we've convinced you, we'd ask you to just sign on this.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
So I'm super excited about tomorrow. What do you have in store for me?
That is for us to know and for you to find out.
No.
You
Seriously?
have to experience it.
You're not going to tell me anything?
We're not going to tell you anything,
Seriously?
but we just can tell you have a very early start.
Like this.
Oh my God.